plenty of it in the right places. Gearbox nice, clutch nice. Handles well and is quite controllable. Very noisy back axle, thumping and banging away back there, and the point is the noise is transmitted right through the whole car. Like that. Bang, bang, bang. It's controllable, though. This is Holden's Gemini, two-door coupe version. And I think it probably has a lot of appeal as a potential rally car. I know that's a side issue, but it's an interesting way to look at it right from the outset. It means that it does certainly have a lot of appeal for the young sporty enthusiast. That's only natural, two-door coupes generally do. But then it also has some appeal for the family, I think, as a second car for the wife to do the shopping in or take the kids to and from school. And I would think it would be very pleasant for her because it is light and it does have an easy gearbox and it has got plenty of power and it's generally a very easy car to drive. The only annoyance is the noise of the back axle, which incidentally also occurs on bitumen to a certain extent, and the fact that the gearbox and the engine are equally a little more noisy than I would like them to be. The appeal of the four-door Gemini is probably, well, at least in one aspect, it has a dual application. I'm sure it would also make a very satisfying second family car. But I think its principal application is as the number one family car. It will seat and carry four people in reasonable comfort. In this case, it's the automatic version as well. And it seems in this day and age that small to medium-sized family touring cars are becoming very popular. There's no reason why this one shouldn't also. In fact, from my own personal point of view, I prefer it to the two-door, in fact. The only thing that I can find that I don't like about it, once again, at this stage, is the fact that it still has a very thumpy back axle. But it's got just as much usable power, and that's a bit surprising because the automatic transmission usually takes away some of that power, and yet the car's got excellent power and excellent flexibility of power. A really good three-speed T-bar automatic shift, which gives you the opportunity, there you are, manually to use all three. That's low, that's second, that's third. And good handling, better than the coupe, I feel. The car is definitely more sure-footed and fairly neutral without any violent characteristics one way or the other. I would venture to say that it's one of the best of this type of small light saloons to come into this country. Now I guess we ought to have a look at the brakes. Well, that's a disappointment, isn't it? Fancy in 1975 still building a car that locks up its back wheels. Oh well. Well, a couple of days in the city and this car's almost sold me on the thing. It's really very good. It's light and it manoeuvres easily. It's got a very high degree of comfort. I can't quite get used to the fact that it's as spirited as it is. It really gets up and moves away when you want it to, and it seems to do everything very willingly indeed. At the same time, and particularly with the four-door sedan as distinct from the two-door, it's got excellent all-round visibility. Well, I can't find a blind spot, frankly. I can see almost everything I want to see. And it's just no trouble at all. While it has a very high degree of comfort for the driver and passenger, the rear seat passengers, as usual, are a little cramped. And particularly if the driver and front seat passenger happen to be reasonably tall. By the time you push the two front seats back a little, the back seat area is very limited indeed. And that seems to be a complaint that we could level at almost all Australian cars and quite a number of continental and English cars as well. And frankly, I think it's time that someone took a closer look at the people who have to travel in the back of motor cars. Insofar as economy is concerned, allowing that this car is very new, 1,380 kilometres, it's giving around 26 miles to the gallon. I think you could probably do substantially better than that by the time it's run in, and especially on a few trips. So I would guess somewhere about 28 to 30, and that's good by anybody's standards. And especially for a car that gives as much in other departments as this does. Both Geminis have also got pretty good boot space, in fact. Once again, that high lip that you've got to lift things over, but nevertheless, it's a good area for stacking your luggage for a car which is relatively small otherwise. Well, I'd really like to be able to tell you how much the Gemini costs, but I know that whatever I say could be different tomorrow. So I'll simply suggest that $4,000 is about your guideline. For that much money, you ought to be able to buy either of the two cars we've looked at. And I think it's pretty good value at that. In fact, to be totally honest, I think that General Motors really only need to do two things. They need to do something about their back brakes locking up. They're not alone at that, at least. And they certainly need to do something about interior sound levels. When they've done those things, I think they've got an entirely acceptable little car.